You ready? Okay, hold on. Now you're ready. Is everyone else ready? Everyone's seated? Okay, Bruno, are you recording?
Yeah.
Sound?
All good.
All right. He is very beautiful. Just look at that guy. Also, fun fact, we get started. He just met up with an old college friend. They haven't seen each other for years.
3 years.
3 years. Yeah, let's just go with that. So that's awesome to hear. That's not how math works. All right. Apryl. Apryl is the Chief Energy Officer at the Cheerful Mind and is a lifestyle brand and high-achieving, multi-passionate badass. Yeah. Give it up for Apryl.
Test. Okay, go. All right, so yesterday I turned 39 years old.
Woo!
Happy birthday, Megan. So this is actually my third time doing an Ignite talk, and I was like, oh, I really want to tell a story because I love stories. So I sat in at 2 o'clock in the morning, the night before the slides were due, and I was like, what am I going to talk about? There's so many things. I thought maybe I could talk about this 2-month almost audition for $100,000 pyramid that I didn't get, clearly, but I have a good story about that, so maybe next time. Or about the fact that every April for the last 4 years, I do this 30-day dance challenge on Instagram. I still have to do day 30 today. So, but what ended up happening was I was scrolling through my camera roll and remembering back to 10 years ago about how much I hated turning 30, the idea of turning 30. But this year the last 10 years have been amazing, so I want to share with you what has happened in those last 10 years. So, start back at 2010, okay? I was in this period of adjustment. I had just had my first child, and I was trying to juggle this thing of like trying to be cool, but trying to be a parent. It was interesting. So then in 2011, I decided to focus on expansion, having another kid to my adding another kid to my family, thinking about having another, but then when he started walking, I was like, oh, hell no. All right, so then in 2012, it was all about survival. Man, if any of you are parents of 2 kids under the age of 3, it's fucking hard, okay? So I just did whatever I could to survive. But then, 2013, I was like, all right, I think I'm getting into the groove. So things started to turn around. I started being social again. I started traveling and killing it at work. But here's the interesting thing. You think it would go back up? It didn't. In 2014, I decided that I was, something wasn't working at work. I basically was trying to keep myself happy and keep myself running so that, I could just survive, and it was back into that survival mode again. And I used running and flying trapeze as a way to numb myself from what was actually happening. And I found this at the end of 2014, and it was a big, hello, wake up, you're doing something wrong. And I had to take a step back and think about what I needed to change. So 2015, here I go on this roller coaster. I was like, okay, I need to change things up. I quit my job. I took a long break of binge watching TV and all this stuff. And it was hard. I had a lot of shame. But by the end of 2015, I realized that I had a calling to help people in transition times like this. So I went and became a life coach, even though I was reluctant to become a life coach. So then, in 2016, I spent a lot of time trying to figure out, okay, who are my people? Who do I want to help? Who do I want surrounding me? Where is my tribe? And I did whatever I could to really start to put myself out there. And then, in 2017, after all of that hard work, I was able to publish my first book, and I'm electrical engineering background, so writing a book's not normal for me. And I got to really put myself out there in a way that really was going to start to change people's lives. And in 2018, I was like, all right, it's all about fun this year. So I did a whole year-long program of improv, really started to embrace just kind of being in the moment and doing something that brought me back to my performance roots back in high school. 2019 is obviously still in progress, and there's a lot of things that are coming, but I'm so excited about the vision that lies ahead. So hopefully I'll be invited to come back one more time and share what's changed. So we're here in 2019. I just gave you this long, or 3-minute talk about what it was like to be a 30-something. But you're probably like, okay, well, what do I take from this? You just talked about yourself, right? But here's the thing. There's one powerful thing that I want you to know. Your story matters. We all take pictures, and we can take a look back at our camera roll and say, we can learn so much from our own stories. A lot of times we try to look externally to see what everybody else is doing and saying, I want to be like that. But we forget that we have all these data points from our own lives that can inform the opportunity that comes forward. So my charge to you is to just go and take a look at your camera roll. Go back all the way to the beginning and see how much has changed. Because I'm telling you, there's something that's hiding in there that is going to unlock the freedom for your future. Thank you.